Hashtag Sports Show. Hashtag Sports Show. This is the Hashtag Sports Show song. Woo! Welcome to the Hashtag Sports Show. I am your host, G, the Heartthrob, and with me as always is...
Right here, baby, Mike Trainer.
You're already shrinking today.
I'm already shrunk.
Can you put the chair up?
I'm gonna put the chair.
At least start. There
Oh
we go.
yeah, there we go. Now I'm taller than you.
That's stupid.
I'm shrinking already. I forget it's over.
Anyway,
I'm in the little boy seat this week.
he's always in a little boy seat. He's a creep. The way he slides it.
Sorry.
Anyway, welcome to the Hashtag Sports Show. And I always want to say song again.
I like the song.
I like the song too.
You'll like it too. Eventually, it'll creep in your mind.
Or not.
Maybe
And
not.
then whatever. We're gonna talk NFL Week 1. I enjoyed college Week 1. Broke even. How'd you do college Week 1?
College week 1, I ended up plus 430 for the week.
That's
So
good.
that was with baseball too. So
That's cheating.
Yeah.
That's cheating.
I didn't start off the college ball week good. I'm down like $100 because I bet West Virginia plus 14, and they were actually leading at the half, and I don't know what happened to that game. Ohio State actually took over because they have like men playing against boys.
Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech, yes.
What do we want to start with? Oh, how was your weekend?
Well, my weekend, that was all right. I actually went to go see.
I thought you were gonna go.
No,
with that.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna actually see Straight Outta Compton, the movie, not the real life.
I don't expect you to ever be a Compton.
But I seen the movie and it was actually pretty good. The whole Eazy-E, him dissing his boys and leaving, like you know better than I do. Like
Yeah.
I grew up on the music, but
What I want to know is that,
It
like,
was
how far did they go?
they went all the way back to before they even started.
But like,
Like
where they
Dre-
ended with? They ended
Dre
with Dre at Death Row or off past Death Row?
Well, if you, I mean, it's not really a spoiler because
No, it's
everybody knows, but the ending is pretty much the last 45 minutes is Eazy-E getting AIDS.
Wow, really?
That's pretty much it. You see him coughing a lot. It's just like it's kind of like sad.
That's crazy.
But in the beginning, like you know, Dr. Dre's like.
How long's the
DJ,
movie? Like 2.5 hours?
Nah, it's like maybe like close to 2. Not even like that big.
Because I wondered how much stuff they got in there. Because I saw they had a Suge Knight character in there.
Yeah, they had the Suge Knight.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
like the
Jimmy
scariest
Iovine.
human being I've ever seen in my
Had a
life.
Jimmy
was Suge
Iovine
Knight.
character, so I wondered how much of that was really the Dr. Dre story
Yeah,
more
no.
than you know.
They show everybody. They go pretty much good with like the characters or whatever, and they show from the beginning and when they
So
started.
little, man. You look so little.
I know I do look little. I mean, I could probably get closer, and then
Nobody wants
my
to see you
head will
closer
just
either.
be like
Nobody wants
tremendous.
to see you closer either.
But dude, they show like Dr. Dre doing beats like at parties, then seeing Eazy-E because Eazy-E was selling drugs and making money. So Dre asked him to use the money to try to rhyme, and then he convinced him to rhyme in the studio, and that's how they came out with that. Rolling in my 6'4".
Rolling in
You
my
know?
6'4".
Something like that, right? It was crazy, but it was it's an interesting movie, man. And I don't think that their album would have been good if they stayed together.
Probably not.
Because they all say in the movie like, oh, it could have been like really great, but I think like when
Nah.
Cube went on his own, he came out with a good day. I got my 8K.
Yeah.
I mean, and then
Wicked.
Dr. Dre went on his own, and then he met Snoop because of that. Dude, everything
Nah,
happened
everything.
for a reason.
Then
It was awesome,
Eazy
man.
went and got Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah, right.
You know, so-
They didn't even mention that in it. But
Yeah.
it was out of control, man.
And poor MC Ren is just like hanging around.
Yeah, all they're just like, the DJs are just hanging around.
MC Ren's just hanging
They
around.
didn't really do nothing, but like Cube, you could see like he was like the lyrical genius of that.
Yeah,
that
He was
that
the writer.
band. I didn't even realize that. Like, no wonder why he went on his own, but it was pretty cool.
I would have
man.
left them too.
But seeing in the movie, like, it made me wonder, like, you know how like when all, not to stereotype, but it is a stereotype, but it's true. All the black people when they go to music, they always yell at the screen
Yeah.
when something happens. When I was sitting there, I wanted to be like, what happens if I'm like the white guy screaming at like the screen?
I bet money that you probably would be.
Like, if I did that, like, oh my God, he's about to grab the mic, or you know what I mean, or do some like say some dorky
You
shit like
sound
that.
really white. when
Like,
you
yeah,
talk.
it would be like pretty hysterical if I got up there and just started screaming.
I still
over
haven't seen it yet.
something.
I need to see it. I still haven't seen it yet. I need to see it though.
Pretty awesome.
I didn't want to get shot in the theaters when it opened, so I didn't go for a couple of weeks.
A lot of people died for that.
Yeah, but whatever. Before we continue on with our Week 1 picks, though, I do want to give a shout out to Rob DeFato. A matter of fact, we had our contest. Remember last week, and our contest was whoever sent us the best tweet or email, they would get a hashtag Sports Show t-shirt. And basically the t-shirt would be an old gym shirt of mine. It would just say hashtag Sports Show on it. I'm trying to find a tweet that won it for them because I know I did favorite it, and I cannot find it right now because I'm so professional.
So well
I'm
prepared.
so
for the show.
professional over here. But
We
he
have
did
no
say
numbers.
something about listening to our show and becoming a redneck or white trash or something like that. I don't know.
After drinking Sleps beer, one of our sponsors.
That's what it was. After drinking Schlepp's beer, he became white trash. So,
Obviously that
we kind of thought he mentioned the show, he mentioned our sponsor, and white trash is always funny no matter how you slice it. So, to Rob DeFado, we will be sending you this custom-made hashtag Sports Show T-shirt. Ignore that Miller Lite thing there. I don't even know what that
That's
is.
definitely not a sponsor.
No, that's definitely not a sponsor. But there goes your hashtag Sports Show T-shirt. This shirt's been worn probably about 6 times, but
Congratulations, Rob.
you know, it's fresh out the washer and dryer, so we'll be delivering this to you.
Totally clean.
Totally clean.
Just send in your mailing address so we can get that right away to you.
And for everybody else, remember, you could tweet me at GSteelio, GEESTEELIO. Tweet Mike at MikeTrainerMFT. Or you can email us at hashtag SportsShow1
That's
One.
the easiest way.
at Gmail. We got 0 emails, but we got 5 tweets, so we want to bring up those Gmail numbers.
Maybe they didn't get the email right, but we did get a review. Would you want to hear a review?
Of course I want to hear a review.
This is a review from Time Magazine.
Ah,
Time Magazine calls us the best young talent since Jack Beaver and Selma Gomez. I mean, that's saying something. Selma Gomez and Jack Beaver. 2 young people that have really made a difference in our lifetime, I guess, by them singing songs and doing whatever that they do.
I like Jack Beaver.
Jack Beaver's pretty awesome.
I like Jack Beaver.
But Time Magazine, they did a great job. And also, this is brought to you by Shock Top. We didn't talk about our sponsor today. That we're
Put it
drinking.
closer to the camera so we'll be
There
able
we
to
go.
see. There we go. Shock top.
baby. Shock Top. It's actually brewed with a little bit of electricity in each bottle. So you're going to get shocked on your first sip. I highly recommend you do not drink this in the pool.
That was stupid.
It was pretty stupid. We'll edit this whole show out.
Man. All right. So
All
this
right.
week we're going to make our week 1 picks. Obviously we're going to do them against the spread. I guess we'll open up with the Steelers going into New England.
Oh, there we go.
Steelers are a 7-point underdog going into New England. The over-under is 52. Who do you got in this one, Mike?
I tell you, New England open up that game at home. I think they're going to dominate. The crowd's behind them. Tom Brady's back. Free Tom Brady. I think they just roll over Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh got a lot of injuries, offense,
Suspensions.
defense, suspensions. Martavis Bryant out for the first 4 games. I think New England destroys them.
I actually picked the Steelers to go to Super Bowl this year, but I actually think the Steelers go on
That was a dumb thing.
on some kind of 7-8 run to finish the season. So that's why I do. I think New England's going to kill them though. Week 1. I like the over though at 52. Ben Roethlisberger last year for the last month and a half was probably the best quarterback in NFL. I think he continues that. Doesn't matter who he's throwing to.
But no Le'Veon Bell.
They got D'Angelo Williams, son.
Yeah, they got D'Angelo.
You got D'Angelo Williams, and not for nothing, they still have Marcus Wheaton there at the number 2 receiver spot. Nobody in the world can cover Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, New England's secondary is bad.
They are bad.
That's a bad secondary. I'm not sure about New England's defense as a whole this year. So I love the over-under at 52. I kind of like the over because I can see New England being 35-21 or something like that. So I kind of like a high-scoring game to open up the season. Even though the weather's supposed to be a little bad, I still like it.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain tomorrow.
It's supposed to rain.
But, New England could go with, they don't need, wide receivers. They could throw that, 2-set tight end they got now because they signed Scott Chandler, opposite of Gronk. So that's the new Aaron Hernandez. You know what I mean? So that could open up,
Let's hope he's not the
Open
new
up
Aaron
shots,
Hernandez.
well, let's hope not. I mean, obviously, Scott Chandler's, you should pick up Scott Chandler because he's going to have a great year. And, at the end of the year, he's going to, murder him. So, after that, then you can drop him. But he'll have a good year for you. That's my pick.
Don't keep
That's
him in
my
a keeper league.
sleeper pick.
Don't
Yeah.
put him in a keeper league.
No keeper league with Scott Chandler or anybody else opposite Gronk.
Unfortunately, we got to go to this next game, and that's
Game.
the Green Bay Packers, 7-point favorites against my Chicago Bears
I'll let you go first.
in Soldier Field. We're going to get destroyed by the Green Bay Packers. We haven't had an answer for Green Bay for the last 3 or 4 years. I think we beat them that one game when Shane McClellan separated Aaron Rodgers' shoulder.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
That was great. That was a great moment for Shane McClellan, who
I lost my
still
survival pool
made
on
the
that.
Bears roster. I don't know how he made the Bears roster
It
this
was a
year.
Monday night game.
Yep.
I lost my survival pool on that. Bull.
Good
Crap.
for you. Good for you. I don't see any kind of luck like that happening. People are talking about the loss of Jordy Nelson, but in Green Bay, it's always next man up, whether it be the running game, anything. It's always next man up in Green Bay. They're
Montgomery.
Yeah, it doesn't
Jeff
even matter.
Janis.
Jeff
Who cares?
Janis.
They're
It
going to
doesn't
throw
even
the ball.
matter.
So, it's Aaron Rodgers.
And the Bears secondary is bad. You know, the Bears secondary is bad. And Antro Roll was good in the past. He's pretty much on his last legs.
Yeah.
They really got Antro Roll to be a voice in their locker room
he's
or
a
anything
leader.
else.
Right.
Exactly.
Keep everybody in line.
And Kyle Fuller is supposed to be the future at corner. I think he's garbage. You know, so I don't think Kyle Fuller can stay with Randall Cobb or anybody.
Tim Jennings is gone.
Eddie Lacy's going to run through him. It's going to be pretty bad. It's going to be pretty bad. If the spread's only 7 right now we're filming this on Wednesday. Expect game time for that spread to be up to like 8.5 or 9, easy. The Packers are going to steamroll the Bears. Even though I hope I'm wrong, Packers steamroll the Bears. Though.
Obviously, I got no comment on that. You said everything.
It's
Green
terrible.
Bay, pick them.
Yeah, it's a lock. The Chiefs going into Houston to play the Texans. This one was at a pick 'em yesterday. It might go back to a pick 'em. Texans are 1-point favorite pretty much because they're at home, right?
Well, I think everybody's going to bet Houston because they see them on Hard Knocks. So that means, obviously, Kansas City's going to win. I think Macklin shows up and he has a good game. I think Kelsey has a good game. Alex Smith, he never really throws interceptions.
Nope.
Keeps the drives going. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think KC, man. I think KC might be the pick.
You know me, I'm a Bill O'Brien guy. I love Bill O'Brien. I think the Texans.
It's fun to watch.
I think the Texans and like the Bills are 2 teams that are loaded all over the place except that quarterback, and that's going to hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'm not feeling Kansas City like a lot of people are. I'm just not into them. I am an Alex Smith fan, actually.
Jamal Charles.
I don't like Jamal Charles.
Yeah, but he catches, and he
I
catches.
don't like
those
Jamal
great-
Charles. I don't like Jamal Charles because I took him in a first round a couple of years ago, and he broke his leg.
Right.
So I had to take him again this year in my league. Remember?
Yeah.
Then I had to take Matt Forte in the second round. I don't like that team. Don't like that
Look
team.
at my team. Maybe we'll make a trade.
Take whoever you
I'll
want.
take Jamal Charles.
Take them both. Give me a kicker.
All right. Deal.
So I'm taking the Texans in this one just because I think a lot of people are riding that bandwagon in Kansas City, and I'm not really feeling it.
KC, baby.
The next one, another lock for me. You've got the New York Jets at home, 3-point favorite against the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are not going to move the ball whatsoever.
I can't see them doing anything. I mean, unless they try kicking 70-yard field goals all day, that's the only way they're going to score. Or score on their defense. If Fitzpatrick throws
That could
some
happen.
dumb interceptions, which
To
could
him,
happen in
yeah.
New York. But I think the Jets are pretty much.
I mean,
that's a no-brainer.
I actually like the under. The over-under is 39. I like the under of that game. I think
Yeah,
the
I
Jets
think the
win this
under.
one maybe 16-7 or 16-6. It's going to be something like the Jets don't have a great offense, but if everybody just doesn't turn over the ball, I think Chris Ivory's a pretty steady runner. They have a good offensive line in front of them.
Yeah,
Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker are capable receivers. You know, Hayden can only cover one of them. You know,
Sure.
so the other
Yeah.
guy's going to be open.
do not throw anywhere near Hayden.
Yeah, that's all the Jets have to do is run the ball and nickel and dime them down the field. Cleveland's going to have a hard time. They're going against a good secondary over here with
Good
Revis
stuff.
and Cromartie. I mean, who's the number one? Dwayne Bowe, the guy couldn't catch a touchdown pass all year last year. You know, that's just not a. Yeah, there's not a lot going. Even though I will say I'm excited to see Duke Johnson play because because Coach Mike Pettin said that even though he's not the starter, if he's ready to go, he's going to see action.
He's definitely
He's going to see
go.
action. So
Terrence
I love Duke Johnson.
West is out of here. Crowell,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Terrence West was just lazy and a moron.
I
They said.
guess.
I like Terrence West.
If there's an alternative line on the over-under of 10, I would take the under. So I think somebody's going to win like 6-3 at the most.
Next game we got the Indianapolis Colts going against the Buffalo Bills. This is a good game right here.
That's a tough game.
You have one of the best offenses in the NFL led by Andrew Luck, and then you got one of the best defenses in the NFL led by Rex Ryan. Buffalo's at home. You know this better than anybody. Buffalo at home is an underdog. Tough to bet against them. I'm
Scary
staying
place.
with Buffalo.
Scary
Buffalo's a
place to
2.5-point underdog, and let me tell you, Andrew Luck is a new Peyton Manning in the sense that everybody bets on him
Everybody
just
bets on
because.
every week. And
I'm going with Buffalo.
They're going to see that low spread of 2.5, 3
Yep.
points. And
It's the only time you're ever going to get that with
It's
Indianapolis.
like Indy. They're going to throw big money and they're going to lose. Dude, Tyrod Taylor, you don't know what he brings. He runs around. He might actually really do really well. LaShawn McCoy is going to play.
Yep.
I just read that at
I
the
read that
bottom
today,
line.
too.
Yeah, like you said, Buffalo's a scary place to play, and Indy got no defense, man.
Yeah. They didn't have it last year either.
So Buffalo, if Tyrod Taylor and LaShawn McCoy don't do nothing against Indy's defense, then you know it's going to be a long year for Buffalo. I think Buffalo wins.
Let me tell you,
Close, really
I don't
close
understand how Indianapolis had no defense last year, and all they
They
did
don't
this
fix
year,
anything.
all they did was add Andre Johnson and Frank Gore. Great pieces,
Yeah,
but that offense didn't even need it.
right.
I mean,
unless they play Iron Man football, they go both ways. It's
I can
not
see
happening.
Frank Gore playing like defensive end.
Yeah,
I can see Frank Gore playing defensive end. They need him to.
you could be a beast.
Yeah, he probably would be.
Take Buffalo, man.
Take Buffalo.
Buffalo Wild Wings, baby.
Dolphins going into Washington. This is another bad team, the Washington Redskins. The Miami Dolphins, I'm going to say this all year. You know who they are to me?
suck.
The Miami Dolphins to me are like the lowercase Baltimore Ravens. Because,
Lowercase.
yeah, the lowercase Baltimore Ravens. Because,
They're like the JV teams.
yeah, if Baltimore
Ravens.
had a B squad, it would be the Miami Dolphins, which means
Right.
you're not bad, but you're not exactly great either. You shouldn't be an NFL team. So I think Miami Dolphins have an above-average defense. They got nothing on offense. I think Tannehill's decent. Lamar Miller's awful. Devontae Parker's probably their best player on offense, and we haven't even seen him play.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, but then again, the Redskins are trash. The Redskins are
But-
3.5-point home underdog. What do you
But
got?
it's in Washington, man. And for some reason, I think Washington comes out with the crowd behind Kirk Cousins. And I think they actually get a win because Miami, they're not that team that goes in and just dominates anybody. They always keep close games. You can't bet on them. You can't bet against them. I would totally stay away from this game,
Yeah,
but
that's the other thing.
obviously I'm not because I like to throw money on every game.
I actually like Miami over here. I think they win this one 21-13 or something like that. I like Miami over here.
I like Washington.
I like Miami over here.
I mean, Dominic Mitsu, they have like a salary cap on defense of $30 million. Dominic Mitsu has
Yeah.
29.8 of it. So I mean, that's the one.
I didn't
guy,
like
man.
that signing. I didn't like that signing at all because they had to
It's
let
a
go of like
tough
7 guys to pay him.
But they
Let go of Jared Odrick. I hated that. I didn't like that move for them.
got a great defense. So we'll see what happens.
The worst game of the week: Carolina Panthers going into
Oh.
Jacksonville to play the Jags. I don't even want to watch this. I love Cam Newton. I just think he's in a bad spot and forever be in a bad spot.
It'll be on. It'll be on.
The Panthers are a
Watch
3-point
that
favorite going into Jacksonville. I'm just picking Carolina because I don't want to see Cam Newton lose to a terrible team. That's the only reason I'm picking.
I will watch that game because I got T.J. Yeldon in like 3 leagues. And I think he's going to run the ball like crazy on these guys.
Really?
Carolina, they still got a good defense. I don't know who.
I don't know how.
Throw to.
I don't even know how they have a good defense. I can't even
They
name a lot of
always do.
players on their
They
team.
always do.
Yeah.
I can't name them either, but they always have a good defense every year. Maybe Cam throws it to Olsen. Maybe Cam runs. You know, maybe does like some screen passes. I don't know what he's going to do, but he's a good quarterback, man. He'll get the job done.
He's healthy this year too. Remember last
He's
year he
healthy,
played.
but it's in
played hurt
Jacksonville.
this whole
In
time.
Jacksonville, man, Blake Bortles another year.
What are they gonna do in Jacksonville?
I don't know. Blake
Nobody
Bortles,
even goes there. That's why they play in London every year.
they got a pool up top that people just go in to drown themselves because how bad their team is.
That's a bad team, man.
They got a
That's
pool there
bad
to
team.
kill yourself.
So who would you pick, Carolina?
I guess.
I'm
I mean,
picking Carolina. Oh, I
want
would never
Jacksonville win.
bet this game.
I would never bet it. I want Jacksonville to win, but I would
He's
have to
betting
go
this game.
Carolina.
We got the Seattle Seahawks 4-point favorites going into St. Louis. This is always a tough game because St. Louis just plays them tough. A lot of people still got Seattle going back to the Super Bowl. A lot of people got St. Louis making the playoffs this year.
They got a good defense.
Yeah, St. Louis is pretty much
They got
like
a sick
St.
defense.
Louis is pretty much like the Buffalo Bills to me. I think they got a sick defense on offense. There's questions.
No offensive line.
Yeah, I think Todd Gurley's going to come back week 4 or 5. They're projected.
Right.
You know,
Nick Foles.
yeah, I don't like Nick Foles. I think he's going to be terrible. I think Nick Foles is going to be terrible. Tavon
Who's
Austin's
their
been
number
terrible.
1 wide receiver?
Tavon Austin or Brian Quick?
It's got to be Brian Quick.
Gotta
Tavon
be.
Austin can't be there.
No, you still got Kenny Britt. Is Kenny Britt even in?
Yeah, Kenny Britt's still there, but I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know what he's doing. Kenny Britt's a psycho.
So is Trey Mason even playing?
I would guess so.
See, St. Louis, they won that game there last year against Seattle, right? But they
Mm-hmm.
did trickery. Trickery is where they do fake punts from the own 5-yard line.
Trickery.
They fake field goals. They did all this nonsense to beat them. I think this year Seattle's probably the way to go.
You know
I
what's
think
funny?
they come out of
Like yesterday, I was on my podcast with Joe Riedra, and I said pick the Rams. It's gonna be a field goal game. I'm with you though. I think Seattle wins this one at least by a touchdown.
At least by a time.
Yeah. We got this is probably the best game of the week, quite honestly. New Orleans Saints going into Arizona play the Cardinals. The Cardinals are a 2.5-point favorite. This one isn't a fancy game, so to speak, because New Orleans, Arizona. But I think this is gonna probably be the best game to watch.
Yeah.
I think this is the best game to watch, though.
Go back and forth.
Something worries me with Arizona. I like their roster and everything, but
Offense?
a team worries me when everything rides on the health of Carson Palmer.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to knock Carson Palmer, but he's not Aaron Rodgers. He's not an Andrew Luck. He's not one of these guys that your season is done when he goes down. He's at the He's at the end of his career, pretty much, Carson Palmer. But the Cardinals without Palmer, it's just a different story, and that scares me with them.
They can't score points.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the risk you take. But if Palmer's healthy for the game, I mean, dude, I don't know, man. Saints, you don't know what team you're getting now anyway. Is that offense going to be potent again like it used to be?
I think they're going to run the ball. I think there's going to be a totally different offense.
It could be.
And you know what? The Saints can't win away from the Dome.
Yeah, Saints on the road are
Take
just horrible.
Arizona. If it stays at -2.5, jump on it. I would jump on that quick because Arizona's going to win this one at least by 4 or 5.
They got a great defense.
Arizona has weapons too, man.
They got a lot of weapons.
They got Brown, they got Fitzgerald, and they got Floyd as receivers. Like they got weapons all over that team. They got. Didn't they add Chris Johnson to that backfield?
Yeah, but I think Floyd's out.
Yes.
Right
Oh yeah,
now,
for his
he's out
fingers.
I think he might be out the first couple games. The little digits.
Little digits.
So he can't do enough.
He'll be fine. He was catching in practice though. I read that today. He was catching in practice.
All right, so maybe he comes to play. But I would take Arizona at home.
Yeah.
You got to go with the home teams the first week, man. Home teams always win, especially underdogs.
Let's see what you do here then. Lions visiting San Diego. San Diego's the worst team to bet on or against. They
Right.
just
They're like
continually
Miami.
screw you
Dude,
over.
they're like Miami.
Yeah, they just continually screw you. And you know what it is about both these teams? They're perennially average this year.
Right.
I think Detroit is an average. I think Detroit's defense is awful this year.
They're perennial losers.
Like even though I love Ziggy Ansah on the defense, I think he's great defensive end. But let's see how great he is now. Because now he's going to be double teamed because there's nothing up the middle clogging for that defensive line. Phillip Rivers is still Phillip Rivers. I take Phillip Rivers over Matt Stafford any day of the week.
Yeah.
And you're looking for Keenan McCardle. I said.
Oh my God.
Jesus, remember that dude?
I remember that dude. Yeah.
I'm trying to.
Him,
Who am I saying? I said Keenan McCardle. I meant to say the San Diego Chargers wide receiver. Whatever his name is. Allen.
Keenan Allen.
Keenan McCardle. Jesus. Keenan Allen. And this got to be the year where he does something big. I'm just going with the Chargers here because I hate Detroit. You?
Yeah, this is a weird game. It just, San Diego at home, I don't see it, man. I think Detroit comes out and wins. I think they win that game. Detroit might be that team that surprises everybody with their offense because they got weapons. They got Calvin. They got Golden Tate.
Amir Abdullah.
I don't know.
Let me tell you,
everywhere.
Amir Abdullah is number 300 depth chart right now on the running backs. I don't understand that. Don't understand that.
So Jacques Bell's the starter. They got to bring.
I don't understand. I think that may be an okie doke. I think they're just trying to pull a fast one, but
I like Detroit.
A game that's interesting, especially for college football fans who follow the NFL. Tennessee Titans 3-point underdog going to play Tampa Bay Bucks. This is obviously Marcus Mariota versus Jameis Winston.
It's the quarterbacks.
I'm riding with Winston because I rode with Winston when everybody was saying Mariota was better than him. Now is the time to do it. I'm here for Winston. Hopefully Mike Evans plays that week. I got Mike Evans like 3 fantasy leagues, so really I hope he plays this week.
Yep.
But I got Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay is just better. But Tennessee is doing things though, and I want to see what Tennessee does with that kid Dorial Green Beckham.
Okay, but I like Kendall Wright. I think he's the guy that Mariota obviously likes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's throwing the ball to him all the time, and Kendall Wright, I think he needed a quarterback to show his skill set. I think he's shown it like in the preseason anyway.
Justin Hunter's
Maybe
done,
like
right? You think Justin Hunter's done?
Justin Hunter, man, he's dead.
I don't know.
The guy's dead.
I think Green Beckham's going to take his spot as the number 2 guy. I think Green
think
Beckham's
so,
going to eventually be the number 1. But let me tell you, if Green Beckham fulfills his potential, him and Wright could be nasty together.
They could be real nasty.
But Marcus Mariota sucks, so I don't know how good that's going to be.
Well, I'm riding with you, man. I like Winston. I think Winston,
Yeah.
He's got a strong arm. I watched him in a preseason game where he just came out firing. Then he got hurt with his ankle, and he still came out firing. He got a strong arm, man. I think Tampa Bay, man, might be the bet.
You got the Cincinnati Bengals going into Oakland. This one's a tough one.
Oakland, Oaktown.
Oakland's a 3-point underdog at home. Oakland plays really, really tough at home.
Straight out of college.
And I don't understand why, because they keep threatening to leave. So,
Straight out of Oaktown, baby.
So, are you just going for Oakland because you're so straight out of Gotham?
Yep. I'm hyped up still on that movie, so I'm riding with Oakland.
I'm getting tired of Cincinnati Bengals, to be
Yeah, the
quite honest.
Los Angeles Raiders hat on during the movie. I remember that.
I'm getting tired of the Cincinnati Bengals. I think Marvin Lewis should have been fired 4 years ago. The Bengals have the best roster, pretty much one of the best rosters pound for pound NFL, and they can't do anything but make it to the playoffs. I'm just tired of them.
They don't do anything else.
I honestly, I feel, and this is AJ Green's contract year, so this is the year that if Cincinnati doesn't make the playoffs, and if AJ Green,
bad, if
he's
don't
gonna
get
leave.
the ball thrown to him.
And
Yeah,
that's
he's
a
outta
huge loss for Cincinnati because they're not going to be able to replace that.
And that defense went down.
Yeah.
I think Geno Atkins. I don't think he's going to be the player he was the past few years.
Who was he the past few years?
He was pretty good until he got hurt. He was nasty.
One of the games I actually love this week, you got the Baltimore Ravens going into Denver. Denver is a 4.5-point favorite.
Dude.
I don't know about you, Mike, but I love Baltimore.
Dude, everybody loves betting on Peyton. I get it. I love betting on Peyton.
Mhm.
But man, that Baltimore-Denver game is just—it's one of those games where you just like, I want to bet Denver like in a tease because I'm scared the Ravens are going to cover. The Ravens actually have a chance to actually not only cover but actually win the game.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I can see the Ravens winning this game. I think it's going to. The Ravens are a tough team to judge because you never know how. Sometimes they come out. Joe Flacco comes out so sluggish. Sometimes, like so incredibly sluggish. They're going to be without Rashad Perriman, which is a shame because I want to see Perriman play this week.
Yeah, it's too bad.
You know, but I still get the edge to them, and I'm really curious to see how Peyton Manning's going to come out. You know, he had like a spaghetti arm.
Yeah, is he going to wear the glove?
He has to wear the glove.
I don't know. He didn't have the glove all year last year, right?
No.
He came out like barehanded for the first like couple months.
And who's the
Then it
starting
got
running
cold,
back?
and then he
C.J.
took off.
Anderson?
Yeah, but
Which
it's
means-
going to be Ronnie Hillman soon.
Yeah, it's got to be Ronnie Hill.
Watch,
I love Ronnie Hill.
Watch that.
Definitely won't be Monty Ball. He sucks.
Well, he's not there no more.
Where is he now? He got cut?
Yeah, they just released him.
I didn't even know that.
They couldn't even trade him. Nobody wanted that.
Wow. I didn't even know that.
Monte Ball. Dude,
He was
like,
good in college.
It's like the Ron Dane. You know, all those guys just,
Curtis Enos.
something happens, man. They can't make it.
Sunday Night Football, the game he's going to be interested in. The Dallas Cowboys at home, 6-point favorite against Big Blue.
That's why I got the blue on. Big blue.
Who are you taking in this game for him?
Obviously, you know what I'm taking. I'm taking Odell Beckham.
This guy's an
Jr.
idiot.
Against. Yeah, the Cowboys got no defense. They can't. As long as the offensive line for the Giants holds up, Beckham is going to be running all over the field. There's nobody that can cover that dude. If there's anything to bet in that game, it's the over. Because Dallas got a good offensive line. Giants, their defensive line, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. No JPP. I mean, I don't know who the other guys are playing. I don't know if they can bring that pressure. I don't know if Spags is going to bring blitz. If they don't blitz Romo's just going to stand back there. He's just going to look around, and he's just going to hit Des Bryant or Witten or whoever's running the ball to him. I don't know.
This is the problem talking
You
to
got to bet
Giants
the
fans.
over, but I'm going to take the
This
Giants.
is the problem talking to Giants fans. They have no sense of reality.
I love the Giants.
They're going against Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys win this game by at least 14 or 17 points. Easily.
14 or 17.
Easily. The Giants defense is beyond suspect. And when you have no offensive line, you're going to have no time for those big throws at all. They're done. The Giants going to have a tough... let me tell you. The
Against
Giants...
Dallas's defense?
Yeah,
How are
even
they
against
going
Dallas' defense.
to bring pressure?
All you're going to do is blitz the Giants' offensive line.
Eli will
Yeah,
find somebody.
because Eli never turns over
I mean,
the ball.
Ruben Randall is going to be open. They got
No Victor
obviously
Cruz.
Odell. They got Shane Vereen or Rashard Jennings.
Who's your
catching out the
number
backfield.
3 with Victor Cruz out?
Probably going to be Preston Parker.
Oh, everybody's threatened by Preston.
Yeah, you got to watch
Everybody's threatened by
him. Watch
Preston.
him in the slot.
Cowboys easily. They win that one easily.
Just bet the over in that.
I got the Cowboys go to Super Bowl, so this should be an easy win.
Once you're down like so much money on Sunday night, you want to win your money back in that some, just bet the over in that game.
2 more games to wrap this whole thing up. We got the
Monday night.
Eagles going into the Falcons. We got the Eagles going into Atlanta to play the Falcons. Atlanta's a 3-point underdog on Monday Night Football, but the Eagles are so talented. I think Sam Bradford has the most weapons he's ever had in his career. The Falcons still have no defense. So, honestly, I know you're not supposed to bet against home underdogs on Monday Night Football, but I'm going Eagles over here easily because I love Matt Ryan, love Julio Jones. There's going to be a lot of scoring. Over-under is 55.
Yeah, I would bet the over.
That's a lot, though.
I tell you, I bet
That's
the
a
over
lot.
anyway.
That's a lot.
I could see them being 21 to 21 at halftime.
It's going to be like a Big 12 college
I can
football
see
game.
that, like going
No
like
defense.
back and forth. Because you're right.
The Eagles' defense is very opportunistic.
Yeah, so they might, but yeah, opportunistic. You said it. What if they pick the ball up
Yeah.
and score off a turnover?
Like
That's
that-
points right there.
I actually love the way the Eagles defense played because you look at them, you could look at them
I
across
hate
the board.
Eagles. I hate them.
They're not that talented on defense, but they just throw themselves all over the place and they give us another chance. I like that.
Dude, I can't stand the Eagles. But, I mean, I want Atlanta to win, but you're right. The Eagles are probably going to win.
Yeah, and we got another home underdog on Monday Night Football, so I don't know how we're going to press our luck over here. You got the Minnesota Vikings 2.5-point favorite going into San Fran to play the Niners. Minnesota Vikings are one of my teams. I think they can get a playoff spot, a wild card spot. San Fran is probably going to be a top 5 worst team in the league this year, so I'm going Minnesota.
I don't care who plays San Fran every week. You take the other team. I don't care if it's a Canadian Football League run by Tim Tebow. You take that team against San Fran.
I would take that.
San Fran is not doing anything this year. I don't care what they do. Who knows who they have? They have no offensive line. Their defensive
Colin
line got
Kaepernick and
decimated.
Vernon Davis and Anquan Bolden.
Colin
That's it.
Kaepernick, he's going to be running.
Carlos
for the ball.
Hyde stinks too. I don't like Carlos Hyde. He stinks.
San Fran is done.
And Reggie
One-on-one,
Bush.
They're done.
Reggie Bush.
I would watch San Fran be like 6-0 after this.
Reggie Bush is gonna have 500 rushing yards.
Why do we bet San Fran to win it?
Let me tell you, I think they're gonna run the ball a lot with Carlos Hyde and Reggie Bush and Colin Kaepernick. I think you're gonna see a lot of that read option. I think you're gonna see a lot more of that read option stuff because Kaepernick can't throw and he doesn't really have any wide receivers beyond Anquan. But Torrey Holt stinks. Now Torrey Holt, why am I bringing up old names for? I'm gonna Keenan McCardle and Torrey Holt.
Were you playing like a Legend Madden game before this thing started?
What's his name? Torrey Smith.
Torrey Smith. Yeah, I forgot Torrey Smith is on this team.
I'm just-
Why did he even go there?
I don't know why.
Stayed on the Ravens, bro.
What? Why am I thinking about Keenan McCardle and Torrey
I don't
Holt today?
know. Torrey Holt was nasty. So was McCardle.
So was
They were
McCardle.
both pretty nasty.
Both pretty nasty. Wow.
So was
All right.
Phil McConkey. Remember Phil McConkey?
Nobody cares about Phil McConkey.
Another Giant reference.
Is that it for us today?
I think that's it. Unless you want to hear
Who-
from another sponsor.
Who do you got going to the Super Bowl?
Oh, I mean, obviously the Giants in the NFC because I'm a diehard Giant fan, and every year I always bet them to win the Super Bowl. So you gotta really ask me if the Giants didn't exist. That's the question. You gotta
The
ask.
Giants didn't exist.
If the Giants were not like real, man, probably Green Bay. I don't care. Jordy Nelson is out. Who else is stopping that team? They're good, man. I think Seattle to go 3 times in a row is just unrealistic, man.
That's tough.
Something's gonna happen.
You know, there's Seattle too. They're always healthy, and something's got to stop.
Right.
They're always healthy every year, and I'm not trying to wish injury on anybody, but it's just that the law of averages is going to play against them right now.
I mean,
Seattle's been really lucky to be really healthy the whole season. You know,
we both understand that Seattle got the best quarterback of all time.
I hate Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Russell. Obviously, that was a sarcastic remark. If you can't say
Most overpaid,
for Mike DeVito.
almost overpaid player in the NFL.
He just runs around. He just throws it up like an idiot.
It's going to be great because you can tell they're tailoring this offense more to be a pass-friendly offense. They got away from the toughness.
Right.
They got rid of Unger. They went and got Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham can't block. He's out there to receive. You know, I want to see what happens now.
Yeah, so that's
happens.
my pick. At the AFC, I mean, how can you not go against Peyton Manning with not just Peyton Manning himself? It's because of their defense. I think their defense got like a
The
lot
defense
better.
did get better.
And defense, you know, in the cold weather, especially if they're running the ball now, they could get back to the Super Bowl.
You pick Denver and Green Bay.
Denver and Green Bay. Who do you think?
I kind of
New
mentioned
England, I
earlier.
don't think it's going back there.
I got the Pittsburgh Steelers going in there.
If they get healthy, they could.
I think the Pittsburgh Steelers could probably have the best offense. Once all the pieces together, that could be the best offense in the NFL.
Yeah,
And even though I would say watch out for Baltimore, for Baltimore. I kind of like. I don't know. They're very boring to watch, but I kind of say watch out Baltimore.
They got a Harbaugh.
They got a Harbaugh.
Harbaugh's so fun to like.
You know,
watch and
I
cheer for.
don't know. I just something about Baltimore this year. I kind of like it. The AFC North is tough. You know, if the Bengals didn't have Marvin Lewis, I would say Bengals. But I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And Dalton.
And then when it comes out for the NFC, you're gonna love it. Picking the Dallas Cowboys,
I knew that was
the
coming.
best offensive line in football, the best wide receiver in football, and a top 5 quarterback in the league in Tony Romo. I mean, their defense only has to be marginal, which is what they were last year. And not for nothing, they got ripped off with that Des Bryant catch last year.
No, that was a rip-off.
That was a rip-off.
I admit that. I watched that game. I was like, come on. Man.
You know, like who knows? And remember, like if Dallas would have played Seattle, Dallas beat Seattle earlier in the year.
in the regular season.
I mean, if it came down to that one catch, you could say Dallas should have been in the Super Bowl if it came down to that one catch.
That's what sports is, though. It's always one play here that can make the difference in a game, and it changes everything. It changes people's futures.
Changes people's futures.
People get fired over a missed catch or a drop fumble. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
All right, we're out of here. I try to keep this under 40 minutes.
Under 40 minutes.
We didn't do a good job of that. Let's do another one. We'll do a college show, and we'll just talk nonsense.
College show?
Yeah, we'll do a college show. So stay tuned for our college show, which is going to be up right after this one.
Should I do an ad?
No, do that for the college show.
All right. I'm ready for the college
This
show.
guy. We're going to wear the same clothes in the college show, because I'm not letting him wear my clothes.
We might switch sides.
Nah, I like this side. I'm keeping this
I don't know
chair, too.
anything about college football.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great because college football is a crapshoot. But we'll get right back into it. Follow me on Twitter, GEESTEELELI. Follow him on Twitter, Mike Trainer, STR. Oh, yeah, just show him.
There it is. Get there. Get at me.
And hashtag Sports Show. This is the hashtag Sports Show song.